I would like to remind everyone that this show is brought to you by the Dolphin Wars.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to King Dolphin TV episode 192. The countdown has commenced. We are 8 episodes, count them, 8 before the big episode 200. I cannot wait. Welcome to all. I'm Raymond. I am the author of the Dolphin Wars series of books and ruler of the greatest pod in YouTube, and I hope you are all doing well tonight. I am stoked about this interview tonight because we have the iconic ScottyR37.
Thank you very much.
He has a YouTube channel on his own, and he's a regular panelist on Anti-Derivative Jill's channels. Please subscribe to her. And as well, she is at 500 subs. Congratulations.
512.
512?
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, start subbing to me too.
Yes. This is agreed.
Yes. So, everybody, please give a great King Dolphin TV welcome to Scott. But before we get going, as always, if you like what we're doing here in the pod, if you love these interviews, if you love the fun and the chaos that we have, please like and subscribe. Also, if you know anybody I should interview, please send me their names so I can reach out to them. It's October's big month, and I'm still kind of lean on schedule, so please help me out.
If you do it during the middle of this conversation, we will sub me for someone more interesting.
You're fine.
Well, I'm hoping, dude. Like, we haven't even started. This is so great. I love your community. I love the sort of pod races that you have. I've seen a bunch of your shows. I am somewhat aware of your work. I know that you are the king of the dolphin people. And I know that you are an author. I also know that you are a pilot. And I want to talk to you about airplane movies later.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. But this is I'm so happy to be under the sea.
All right. This is going to be this is actually going to be more like a Surfside chat than an interview because
I'm informal.
He's informal. I'm being informal tonight. And so, guys, if you want to just have at it, make nice comment, or if you want to ask questions, please do. But let us welcome everybody who is here tonight. Scotty, you bring the crowd.
No, sir. You're the one with the host who boasts the most roast.
I like it. All right, we shall start with I'm going to massacre its name.
Well, I can't wait to see it.
Hello, Armory, who says, "Ik, ek, ik," says it all. Yeah.
Have you ever seen Hudson Hawk, where Andy McDowell plays a nun who is the love interest of Bruce Willis's Hudson Hawk? Same movie. And she is pretending to be crazy. And then she says, while captured, she says, "I must confer with the dolphins now." And she goes, and so it is one of the most absurd and lovely things I've ever seen Andy McDowell do.
Legatus and Jill, I've actually, because there seemed to be a little sound issues, I decided to bring the microphone closer to me. Is that bad, good, bad, indifferent? Okay, but let's continue with the record. So we have Almaray, we have Peter Ryder, Captain Infinity. That is a mouthful.
Ahoy, Infinity.
I hope I didn't break my tongues.
There does seem to be a little bit of microphone. Just saying.
Back to its usual spot.
However,
yes. All right. We got Cobalt Bald Eagle. Hello there, Cobalt. And when Cobalt is here, you know you're going to get the hard-hitting questions, guys. So keep that in mind.
looking forward. Delightful.
Yes. Let's Cobalt Eagle. We've got Sean Carter. Hello, Sean Carter.
Hey, Sean Carter.
And there's another long pitch. Taylor Swift, greater than Disney.
Are you highlighting the comments on the screens?
I will.
Is that not your jam? I don't know. I'm just sort of an idiot wandering into a theater, being
I'll start at the beginning once.
Okay.
I do that. So that is our chat guests. Thank you for being here. And then the amazing team, King Dolphin TV. Unfortunately, Sandra is doing a check ride right now, so she will not be producing, which means, Legatus, please keep me out of trouble.
Well, and also Sandra shows, like, I do have a chance to go and hang out at other people's channels, and whenever Sandra shows up at Jill's Anti-Derivative Jill's channel, which is a great pleasure.
But what happens is usually when Sandra's not here, Gumby attacks.
Oh no!
Yes.
Does he ride Pokey? Is Pokey there?
No. We kicked Pokey down. He couldn't keep up with us.
You know what? Hashtag no Gumby without Pokey. I think that's too long a hashtag.
Yeah. Snorter Pooper says, depending on Legatus to keep you out of trouble, we're due. We're due. All right. Okay. So, again, Sanders not here, but we've got Anti-Derivative Jill. Hello, Jill, and welcome. We have the awesome, the magnificent Fet for Hire. Hello, Fet.
Ahoy, Fet for Hire.
We got John Rendell. Hello, John. And we've got
Rendell.
We have Legatus Legion Eye.
Look, Double L. We met in the chat before the show.
The first one, the last out, and questioner extraordinaire. And now, everybody, be prepared. We've got the hardest working bear on the internet. Too bad Pudgy isn't here with the jaws, but we've got close enough. Snorter Poopers!
Oh, nice!
.com. Snorter Poopers. Let's go. Let's do it.
Well, King Dolphin, wait, hang on a second. Science experiment.
Yes.
Say something now.
Testing 1, 2. Snorter Poopers!
Your sound just it erupted out of the canyons. Your voice sounds delightful. You sound like a man about town.
It's Mini Snort. Mini Snort saved the day. Yep. Mini Snort saved the day. Yeah. We all know that he's running the show when Sanders not here.
So
All
I'm
right.
just saying, no, if you are in a podcasting realm where you use StreamYards, have you tried turning your camera on and off again? Maybe that'll help. I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see. We could do that. Yeah.
I'm in a library. Would you like to see mine put them?
Sure.
There we are.
Whoa. Wow.
As you can see, I'm wearing Argyle.
Nice.
Mhm.
Professional. Yeah.
Well, I stole it off a homeless guy.
Well, you have I meant to say this. You have an amazing resemblance to Trip.
What? Charles Tucker III from
Yes, you look
the
like
Chief
him.
Enterprise?
Yes.
Chief engineer of the NX-01.
Especially like when you've got the Admiral one where you're not with glasses, and I'm like, wow.
Those are all deep fakes. Those are all deep fakes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those don't count.
All right.
No,
all right, guys.
But I have many in Avatar. Do you want to see all the avatars that I have? Like, yeah, no, but this is part of the thing is when I go on and I talk to people, and it's fun to have the avatars. Because like I got a co-host on an old show that we did on the Phantasmagorium. Terrier is the one to bring it back. We did cult I forget the name of the show every time. Cult Classic Movie Corner. And
say that 10 times fast.
Yeah, well, no, but come on, it's catchy. It looks good on a bumper sticker.
Yeah.
And he deep fakes me onto, like, I've asked, my current Facebook photo is me deep faked onto Leonard from Memento. I've had when we did the Star Trek 4 Star Trek Day retrospective just on Star Trek Day, he made me into Admiral Kirk from Star Trek 4, which is like, well, that's what it would look like if I were heavier. Like, I'm a skinny guy. So anyway, but like, I love it. I'm so taken by the internet and what they will do to me until it finally makes me look stupid.
Yeah.
But I've already done such a good job at making myself look stupid. I'm really good at it.
All right. So, guys, again, we're doing this as a Surfside chat, so comment away.
Please.
Let me go back. Okay. There was a Dolphin warm-up show. Legata says, warm-up show? Do we need a pre-show stream? Are we that tough on those Raymond catches in his net? I don't know. He said, and Cam Finney says, well, you don't need it, but I need it. I like to build up my Scotty anticipation. Woo! Youch.
Yeah, but you build up anticipation for so long.
Yeah.
And then it just disappoints.
Nah.
Well, no, come on. Like, look at, did you ever see that? And did you see the Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny?
Nope.
I
have. No, I'm sorry.
I like it.
Oh, you did?
Here's my thing.
Okay.
Is that I've grown up with Indiana Jones. From Raiders on through, and I know some people say Temple of Doom is the first one because it's a prequel. But I have grown up with Indiana Jones, and I saw Indiana Jones as the elder in that movie. I knew he was old. It also, and it didn't bother me. It didn't bother me that he was old. I was like, I'm going into this Indiana Jones movie, and this is an old man. I knew it.
Yeah.
I thought that he was still the heart of the movie in Dial of Destiny. He was the one who I was following. Do I think that he was respected? No. Are the elders ever? Well,
no.
Like, they didn't do him Luke Skywalker dirty.
No.
Do you think? You didn't
Again,
see it. You didn't.
No,
see
I
it.
haven't, so I can't really comment.
Did you see The Last Jedi?
Yes.
And how do you feel about The Last Jedi?
That was I will tell you that that was the second to last Star Wars movie I have seen.
That was the last one I saw in theaters.
I gave Solo a try, and that was.
You know what? I kind of want to revisit Solo now.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of things. Like, I like things, good or bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm an unapologetic. I love the prequels now.
Mm-hmm.
After detrimentally speaking ill of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people can find things of me being like, you hated those. And I was like, yes, I did. I changed my mind.
Hey, you can do that.
From what I heard, it was, not a big deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, and so I when it comes to the prequels, I adore them. When it comes to the sequels, I'm still gonna say Force Awakens is okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I'll tell you what. I did like Force Awakens. There were a lot of things that made me scratch my head and said, okay, what are they trying? Where are they going with it? Where are they going with it? So,
well, that was the anticipation. The end of The Force Awakens is what the promise was.
Mm-hmm.
And from my understanding, they didn't.
And my biggest issue with the Force Awakens is
Maz Kanata?
No. You can't break the laws of physics. So how the heck can you launch 3 torpedoes? They go through the sky and they blow
different speeds.
Yeah, I mean, no. I mean, you could
so
see.
So you're talking about Star Killer Base shooting that planet that we never see who they were. That wasn't Coruscant, so I don't know who they were.
That was my biggest. It's like, wait a minute. Even a bozo physics, I've only taken 2 physics classes, and even I know that the speed of light can't be broken. And they were like, unless you go into hyperdrive, warp speed, blah, blah, blah. But if you're seeing the light, then it's light. And no, that was my biggest issue. And then the planet freezing.
What planet froze?
Star Killer Base.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
You know what my biggest thing was when it comes to the sequel trilogy, and I'm going to get back to it because you know what? I'm not going to talk about the sequel trilogy because so compare, The Force Awakens, and Solo. Which one is better?
Force Awakens.
See, that's a reasonable answer. Which is better, Last Jedi or Solo? Now, wait, I'm going to keep going. Rise of Skywalker or Solo?
I haven't seen Rise of Skywalker.
Well, you've seen Solo, so obviously it's better.
Yeah. It was, I will say, the best out of the 4 Disney movies. No, best out of the 5 Disney movies.
Now?
Yeah, 3. Yeah, the best out of the 5 was Rogue One by far. I
just ordered that one on Blu-ray.
Oh, you're gonna love it.
Well, I've seen it. I saw it in theater.
Yeah,
but I want to revisit it. I want to see what's it called? The Andor show. I haven't seen the Andor show.
Yeah, I haven't seen. I don't get this.
I wouldn't worry about it. Maybe we should just both skip it.
Yeah. So let's see. I'm gonna just go real quick. We're having so much fun. Let's just
do the chat. Do the chat. I got so many more things to talk about, and we should break it up because I don't want to talk about Star Wars anymore.
So, what made you want to do a YouTube channel?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question, Raymond.
Okay.
I was a young man. It was 2003.
Okay.
I got myself into. I was working as a barista and a cafe server in a cafe bookstore.
Mm-hmm.
And so I started hitting on the people who worked in the bookstore,
Mm-hmm.
and they started showing me books.
Yeah.
They did a review newspaper
Mm-hmm.
once a month. They let me write for it. I got to write about reviews.
Uh-huh.
And I got to talk about the stuff that I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
Which was like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Oh, that was good.
Kingdom Come, like the Mark Waid and who did the art for that? I'm an idiot. Kingdom Come.
Alex Ross.
That's
Alex Ross.
him. How did I forget Alex Ross? I am
Uh-huh.
racist. So, yeah. And like they would let me do review Sin City. They let me do Frank Miller's Sin City.
Mm-hmm.
And then after I got lazy and I decided that I wasn't going to do writing things anymore because people got judgy if you didn't use grammar right. So
Mm-hmm.
I decided I'd start hosting things. So for about 13 years, I hosted the annual Oscar party.
Okay.
And I would do my own little thing when the commercials would play, but the show itself would be on a screen.
Mm-hmm.
So then through various machinations of the business that is show, which is basically just being a person on a box that says, would you like to hear my Kermit the Frog impression? I had a bunch of a long time of humdrum and not hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying a lot. And I will continue to do so. After a considerable amount of time, I decided to go on YouTube after seeing examples of awesome people who were doing it conversationally. Happened about 3 years ago. And it was a bunch of people who were talking about stuff that I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about Star Wars. I wanted to talk about Star Trek. I wanted to talk about the Fletch movies. I've had such a good time about I've talked about werewolf movies that I've never seen before. I've had such an education. And so when I found out all about the YouTube stuff, it was like, so I can just hang out with these people. I don't have to, I can just send messages. One of my movie heroes got in touch with me, or I got in touch with him. He directed the movie Free Enterprise. One of my favorite romantic comedies of all time. Top 5 romantic comedies of all time. It has William Shatner in it. It's got Eric McCormick. It's an amazing film. And through YouTube, I got the opportunity to hang out with him. And he told me stuff that I was like, buddy, you crazy. I don't agree with that opinion at all. He liked Star Trek Picard season 3. Don't tell anybody. And it was just so whatever. It's like hanging out and talking about what you want to talk about and celebrating the things that you want to celebrate. And I have been incredibly lucky to be able to talk to so many people about stuff that I like talking about.
Well, that's good. That's good. Well, it's very rare that I talk about pop culture because, why do I want to be the sole dolphin? Why do I want to be the sole dolphin in the big sea of all these pop culture people? So I wanted a different niche. And thus I got this, where I bring people, wonderful people like you, on board so we can talk about it. Talk about stuff we like.
Well, do you have any underrated gems Are there gems that you wish you could just celebrate?
The Dolphin Wars.
All right. If you want to do self-promotion, no, totally. Everyone should go.
But UFO.
UFO, really? Okay.
Yes, I love UFO.
All right. I'm sorry, that was almost a spit take because I do not get it. I don't get Ed Straker.
Straker is
He's too
funny.
tightly wound.
Man.
I saw the episode of UFO where Straker's kid.
Oh, I hate that episode.
Well, you know what? That was like
only
the
because
first episode I ever saw.
Oh man.
I think it was the first full episode I ever saw.
Oh man. That one I have a hard time watching because I want to choke Straker. I want to choke Straker and
well, and who's his buddy? Who's his best friend who looks like Chief O'Brien from the 70s?
That's Freeman.
Yeah, like Freeman is on his side. All Straker has to do is tell the guy.
Uh-huh.
But he won't do it. Straker is so tightly wound. He is Cameron Fry, which is a Ferris Bueller's reference.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Don't fear the Dolphin. Hey.
I don't.
La 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 la. Don't fear the Dolphin. Well, let's see. UFO. My mouse has decided it's gonna start screwing up on me.
All right. Well, and
there it goes. Let's see other gems. I'm dating myself. I've been around since before the first run of Star Trek. So
yeah.
So I have seen so many.
You're not dating yourself. You're qualified.
Underappreciated sci-fi shows. A lot of them were on PBS.
Well, I don't know what you, and this is sort of your habitat.
Mm-hmm.
What are the shows that you wish to talk about? Like, again, it's a matter of celebration and education. I want to hear about good stuff that I haven't seen.
Well, the thing is Star Trek is always going to be first, last, always. No, obviously up to the up until after 2005, and I like
some of it. I like some of it.
I did like I did like the first reboot,
2009.
Yeah. Sandra says that's not Star Trek. It's barely science fiction. I'm probably I've been on the fence for the Into Darkness.
Into Darkness is terrible. Throw it away.
True. Beyond totally sucked.
I love Beyond.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay, guys. I think we've got a theme here.
That's the end of the stream.
I think we got a thing. I'm going to like something. He's going to hate it. He's going to hate something. He's going to hate something. I like it. Hey.
We're just going to talk about it. Like, it's not like I wrote it. It's not like it's my mom.
True. No, we're fine. Let's see.
But I understand that. I understand that completely. I know people who don't like the Beastie Boys anymore because of Star Trek Beyond.
Yeah. And there were so many.
I don't know. I'm a big fan of Spock's brain.
Brain. What is brain?
Exactly. Come on. Yeah. That looks so good.
Now, strangely enough, I would not have gotten this episode. I would not have gotten this series. Well, I made the mistake of buying the The first season of Discovery on DVD.
Oh yeah, why do you can't call that a mistake? That's negligence.
Yeah. After I saw the last episode, I said, I want to take this to the range and I want to have target practice.
You know what the worst, and this is actually a breath of relief because usually I'm not allowed to talk about the filth. But like the first episode of Discovery starts with war crimes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I was just like, I have no reason to pay attention to this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like I know Discovery exists, but whenever anybody says like, "Oh, have you checked it out?" and I was like, first episode, war crimes. That we're done.
Strangely enough, afterwards, I've never seen Picard. Nope, never.
I've seen it all.
Oh.
First two seasons were garbage. Throw them away.
Mm-hmm.
And the third season,
Remember
better than Nemesis. It's better than Nemesis.
Yeah.
Not a high bar.
And here we go again. I think Nemesis was the second best Next Generation movie. I'm probably I'm in the minority.
There
Nemesis.
are other people. There are other people who agree with you. There are other people who like Nemesis. I am not one of them. I think that there was a dune buggy chase with artillery. Nothing says prime directive like a dune buggy chase with artillery.
That's true.
So that's why I dismissed that.
Yeah. Well,
also, Raymond and I earlier agreed that I wouldn't say shit too much. So I made sure that when we're referring to Nemesis, I didn't say that swear.
Raymond on, Raymond off, Raymond on. I wonder what that's all about.
Raymond, what is Raymond?
Yeah. Raymond, what is okay. Legatus has Legatus got a question for you. How many books, favorite genre, and your author? So he's looking at your library and we're going, oh wow.
Oh, these are not books. Thank you. That is a compliment. All right. Yeah, no, these are DVDs.
Oh, I remember that movie.
So, yeah, no, I'm curating my father's library currently, doing inventories and whatnot. I'm a big fan of physical media. I hang out on Twin. Yeah. And so, yes, no, these are not books. I cannot read. Not true. Everyone go get the King Dolphin books.
Let's see. Yeah. I like my favorite Next Generation movie is First Contact. I don't like Generations because of what they did, how they did Kirk.
I did an entire stream on Antiderivative Jill's channel. I was late for it. And I adore Generations. Generations is kind of a weird, like people call Wrath of Khan a movie about death. And I would say that the pall of death hangs over all of Generations.
Yeah.
And it's also a Christmas movie.
One scene.
It's a weird animal. Generations, I can understand if you don't like Generations as a Star Trek movie.
I don't detest it. It's just not
like as a movie. I don't understand. I am always confused when I'm watching that. It's like, okay, we're watching an original series movie. Now we're watching The Next Generation. Now Robert and Renee are dead. Maybe Renee or Robert's wife? We don't know.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much. And then they blow up a planet. Geordi gets, like, blind shamed. It's insane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It is an insane movie. And I think it is a treatise
And
on a trauma and death.
And the one thing the very first thing I noticed when the sausage section was coming down, you look in the view screen, and I'm saying, what is this? Is this Jupiter 2 Part 2? I can almost hear the sounds of the engines as the Jupiter 2 is getting ready to crash on another planet.
So you didn't like the special effects for it? You didn't like the model work?
I didn't say that. I just
what were you referring to? I don't mean to put words in your mouth.
No, it was so the crash landing of the sausage section just reminded me so much of the Jupiter 2. It was just uncanny.
Oh, it looked like the Lost in Space ship.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm slow on the upkick.
That's okay. Let's see.
I've never been much of a fan of Lost in Space.
Yeah.
I know.
It's acquired taste. I bought the entire. Quit it.
Have you watched it?
I've gotten through like about the first 5 or 6 episodes and went back to Star Trek because I don't know.
Well,
it's an acquired taste.
But when you're getting a new sort of movie series or television series,
mm-hmm.
like, do you feel that you have to watch them in order, or can you willy-nilly go all over the place?
Oh, I can go willy-nilly.
What I would recommend is doing that. Check out one from each season and not necessarily in subsequent seasons. Yeah. I know I did that when I got my Man from U.N.C.L.E. box set. It looks like a briefcase. Pretty rad.
Oh.
And I just went in and I was like, I don't know what's going on. This is all supposed to be episodic. Mm-hmm. And then even with the Battlestar Galactica, I got a Battlestar Galactica. Looks like a Cylon's helmet. Oh, yeah. And I throw that in and I'm like, oh, my stars. John Calicos is here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one was I didn't get the original series. I love Battlestar Galactica. Of course, got to see it first run. Yeah.
Qualified.
Yes, qualified. Great series. The reboot is just as good. I think at certain points it's better. I think I got to figure a way to review it.
I have a story that everyone has heard about Battlestar Galactica. Have you heard my Battlestar Galactica story?
Talk to me, oh great one.
So I was living in Australia and I went to the video store and I picked up season 1 of Battlestar Galactica. I take it home. We were poor. We didn't have much money. Our entertainment was on a value dollar. It was $6 for a season. We bring it home to our apartment on the ocean. We should have been looking at the ocean. And episode 1, disc 1 of the first season of Battlestar Galactica says, last time on Battlestar Galactica. So I take the video box set back.
You didn't get the miniseries.
Didn't get the miniseries. So I go back to the video store and I say, do you happen to know what this means? And they said, oh yeah, there's a miniseries. And I said, do you have the miniseries? And they said, no. I have never seen Battlestar Galactica because of the one slight that I received from one video store.
Oh dear.
In Western Australia.
With that, without the miniseries, it's just kind of like the entire context is.
I just don't even know who these people are. Mm-hmm. Starbuck is a lady?
What a lady. Katie Sackhoff is a goddess.
I'm not saying that she's not good. I have heard nothing but incredible things about the remake of Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah. Let's see. Lagana says, I don't consider anything by Disney KK as canon. I consider only George Lucas involved, approved, aka EU, as canon.
I don't know. How do you feel?
I agree.
I don't.
Except, let me caveat that. Rogue One, to me, was magnificent. And it was I saw it and I said, oh, I got to put on number 4. I put on number 4 immediately after. And just the tie-ins, the fits were perfect. The tie-ins and the fits were perfect.
I just think, and this is in general, this isn't specific to Star Wars by any stretch of the imagination. I think that I'm allowed to like whatever I want.
I didn't say you weren't.
No, and I'm not saying you are. I'm not saying what you are. But in terms of the qualification that LL was giving, it's like, I don't think that this is canon. And that's fine. That's fine. I'm not saying you have to. But also, when I'm watching it, like, I still, like, you brought up Solo. And that is next on my list to buy. Like, I want the digital code. Just because it's fun and stupid and whatever.
Yeah, fun and stupid. Yeah. Nora Pooper says, classic Jar Jar Abrams. I want this special effects. I don't care about the physics.
True.
That's true.
That's why I don't like Maz Kanata.
Yeah. She was...
Well, like a good story for another day, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I have questions for you.
Go ahead. Ask away.
Which do you prefer? Star Trek the original series or Star Trek the animated series?
Oh.
We all know the answer. That was an easy one.
Original, definitely.
Okay.
Animated, every freaking episode should be canon. Roddenberry made a mistake with that. Yes, he made a mistake. That's interesting. With that. Every episode should be canon, not just Junior Spock.
Right.
No, every episode should have been canon. This should have been this should have been year 5.
Like, and either it all is or none of it is.
Exactly.
And I'm willing to accept it. Like, and you've seen the animated series.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I don't love it, but I really appreciate it and like it.
Well, it aged very well for a 60-year-old man. At the same time, it aged for a 12-year-old boy.
Well, I don't understand why you're hanging out with these older men. But yeah, no, and I enjoy it. It was paced, like, and also with the animation style, people make fun of the animation style. Way to make like a 20-minute show feel like an hour.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it, and
the animation was for the time very cutting edge.
It wasn't cheap.
No. But it was sure different than it was definitely better than the still frame and a talking mouth.
Yes. What was that?
Yeah.
Oh, silly Paddleford. Keeping totem pole alive.
Yeah.
What was that? Clutch Cargo.
Yeah.
I never saw it. I only know it from that. Sorry.
Space Angel was a cartoon back in the day, and
Johnny Quest or Speed Racer. What if they fought?
Johnny would bring Race Bannon to clean Speed Racer's clock.
Oh, come on. Trixie's there. Trixie will help.
Nah.
All right.
I loved both of them.
Yeah, I'm
Oh.
not. Yeah, they can both survive.
Yeah. I've got the jet, the Quest jet. I got the entire series of Johnny Quest, including their jet.
Wow.
I'll show it to you.
Blu-ray or DVD?
What? I think it's DVD, but it was in a box set with. Hold on.
It's still got the jet. Like, I don't know why I'm qualifying here. Bandit. I thought Bandit was Burt Reynolds.
I mean, the jet.
Oh, yo.
Yeah. Hate virtual background. The jet.
There it is. It was starting to look like Wonder Woman's. That's awesome, yo. That's great.
Yes. Yeah. And there's a Snoopy sighting.
Hey, I love it when I see a Snoopy.
Yeah. So, yeah, I love both. I mean, I really love both.
Now I have
okay. Here's one for you.
Yes, sir.
Speed Racer, Marine Boy.
Never Speed Racer.
You never
Speed
saw
Racer.
Speed
No,
Racer?
I don't know what Marine Boy is.
Sort of like a
Aquaman, but younger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Speed Racer. Speed Racer is amazing. I'm a big fan of the soundtrack. Like, there was a time when I lived in an apartment and I had this like projector, not a good projector, and I couldn't play music through it. So the soundtrack of what was playing on the projector didn't play when it was projected on the wall. So I could play whatever music I wanted to on like whatever, play whatever music you want.
Yeah.
And I would play Speed Racer. So I really enjoy the visuals of Speed Racer.
Yeah.
However, and I know this is somewhat unrelated and out of the blue, if I could just walk around with the soundtrack from Spider-Man 66, I would, no matter how bad it offended and annoyed people. Not that it's offensive, but just that it's ongoing.
Yeah.
Wah, 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 wah.
It says the only Dolphin to fear is the one with the kill song, King Dolphin TV. Yeah. Read the book. You'll find out about Kill Song. Jill loves UFO. I only seen the episode where Straker. Yeah, that one. Needs to see the one episode called Survival. It's kind of like Darmok, or Darmok is like that. Yeah, that's the one. That's when the Foster was on the moon. UFO has pretty girls with purple wigs. That's all I need to know.
You can leave your wig on.
Oh, she looked pretty. She looked pretty good without the wig. I mean, she was in the next episode, and it was good. Episode 2 was good. Let's see. Question: which season of Space 1999 was better? Season 1 or season 2 with Barry Morse, Professor Bergman, or with Catherine Schell, Maya?
I've never seen either, but I know that Barry Morse was the cop from The Fugitive. He was Gil Gerard. Or Agent Gerard. I don't know if he was Gil Gerard. But yeah, no, I'm taking Barry Morse, even though I've never seen either.
Yeah, I preferred season 1 myself. John Rendell says, I'm the guy that likes Star Trek 5.
I like Star Trek 5.
Star Trek 5 was good.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far, but I like it.
Scotty. You're amazing. Okay. Which was the worst? Spock's brain, the alternative factor, or the way to Eden? Flip a frickin' three-headed coin.
Like my knee-jerk reaction is the alternative factor. But I haven't seen The Way to Eden in a long time.
Yeah. I can accept 5 once I heard it was a dream sequence of Kirk after consuming beans, bourbon, and marshmallows.
I've encountered some souls in my travels who consider Star Trek 5 to be a dream sequence. I disagree with them.
Okay. Jill is saying that is not true. Can you tell us about the 2 books that you are currently reading?
Oh, I am reading 2 books.
Yes.
Have you ever, like, I'm a Quentin Tarantino fan.
Uh-huh.
Thanks, Jill.
You've been outed, Scotty.
I have. I can read. I'm sorry for lying.
You've been doxxed.
No, I'm a big Tarantino fan. So I've been reading the novelization for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood by Quentin Tarantino.
Oh, okay.
And his series of film review essays, it's Speculation on Cinema, I think it's called. And I am only so far as Bullet. He's critiquing Steve McQueen incredibly. And with the novelization for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, it does not follow the narrative of the film, but it definitely expands the world. If you enjoyed the 2.5 hours or 2 hours and 40 minutes that you enjoyed in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, can I spoil that movie?
Go ahead.
Like, it's an old movie. Like, it's, well, old in the modern perception. It's like, what, 2, 3, 4 years old?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so I think that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is Quentin Tarantino, his nicest movie. I think that it is so heartwarming. It's incredible. I think that it is the Valentine's Day version of Inglourious Basterds.
Ooh.
Because one is, what if this didn't happen? Meaning Inglourious Basterds. What if Hitler got shot in the face? And the second one is, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, is what if that lady never got murdered? And it's like, and they lived happily ever after. Like, it is such a fairy tale. It is aptly titled Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. What if Sharon Tate never got married or murdered? And it's incredible. The possibility of innocence not being shattered. There's something about that movie that is, what if it's like that episode of Doctor Who, where the 9th Doctor, Christopher Eccleston, I think it was the 9th Doctor, says, just this time, Rose, everybody lives. That's how I felt at the end of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It was so good. Because I was surprised that I was going to get an uplifting denouement from a Quentin Tarantino movie. I thought it was great.
Okay. John Rendell says, I couldn't get into Generations. I see Malcolm McDowell, and all I see after that is Clockwork Orange. I've never seen
only see him as the guy from Tank Girl.
Okay. If Generations was a Christmas movie, is Death Wish from Voyager a Christmas episode? Both have Christmas trees.
It would be, yes. It would be a great marathon.
This one here, I want to read it, and then I want to give a comment that I heard at a comic book store about
Mhm.
about that episode. Snorter Pooper says the whole idea of the Nexus was just strange, weird metaphysical babble. Is Kirk still alive in the Nexus, discussing egg recipes with Picard?
Yes.
Now, yeah. Now, as I said, I went to a comic book store back at home, and this guy, we were talking Star Trek, and he just came out with a very profound statement, and I think it explains a lot. He said, all of Star Trek is the Nexus. And it's like, it at least makes you ponder.
But doctor, life is not a dream.
Ooh, true.
It's an interesting thing, but once you introduce Neverwhere and
Yeah.
like, I don't know. Yeah, sure. It's all fiction.
Yeah.
Star Trek isn't. I enjoy the stories and I enjoy the allegories. I enjoy the morality. I enjoy the fortitude of the characters. I enjoy seeing people do their jobs. I like seeing people believe in what they're doing.
Yeah.
But I do understand that they are examples. They are a form of shared experience and storytelling and being like, be better. Just in the same way that the horror, weird, terrible people that we see in the world, like when they come to their fictional situations, it's like, be careful of these guys.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know. I ultimately enjoy the entertainment for what it is, but I do eventually put the book down. Like, I press power on my Xbox and say, that's enough Doom for today.
Legata says Battlestar Galactica original reboot. Opinion on the failed Galactica 80 series where they found Earth. The less said about Galactica 80, the better.
I heard about it, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah. Let's see. Jill says,
maybe I should. Is it terrible? Maybe I should watch
it
something
is horrible.
terrible.
It is
Oh,
horrible.
but come on. Maybe it'll be fun.
You may like it.
I might.
I'm saying
I do like.
I'm saying it's horror. I'm saying it's horrible. You're probably gonna love it.
I like the production value, even when I see people doing something terrible. It's just like, wow, they worked really hard on that.
Jill says yes, but it's just an echo of Kirk, like an AI, but more metaphysical, like you say. True. Okay. What's this one? When you are close to a romantic partner and an ocean, bring one to the other. Do not do that. Okay.
I lost track of what I suggested.
Cobalt asked, did Scotty have a ceiling collapse? Half paneling, half slats, and half drywall?
No, I'm in a specially built sort of half humidor, half sauna, and with a cedar door that you can see just right over here. This closes, but it maintains moisture, but it also draws in moisture to ensure proper fidelity of all of the plastics held within.
I need a cigarette after that comment.
You and me both.
John says, or is that a cookie safe? Oh, here we go.
No.
And look, Snort and John say TOS. Legata says phase 2.
Nice.
Head canon, 8 canon. I'll tell you what. And I've been trying to get Jill to watch this fanfic series of Star Trek. It was made probably I don't have the copyrights, but probably about middle 2000s. It's called Star Trek Hidden Frontier. It the effects are cheesy, but the stories were great.
How are the
And
sets?
the sets are pretty much like a CGI version of the ships, where they're nowhere near James Cawley stuff. You know, where
Okay.
he actually built a set in Ticonderoga, New York. He actually
Oh,
built
no,
it.
I'm familiar.
Yeah.
When I get
I
a
mean,
passport, I'm going there.
yeah. But their effects or their sets are CGI, so it's like me standing behind or standing in front of a green screen of the ship's bridge. But you get away from that, and you are looking at some very good storytelling. Some woke, there is a little bit of woke, but you can ignore it sometimes because the overall story is awesome, and
Well,
especially like a spin-off of it called Star Trek Odyssey, which awesome premise.
it was made in 2001.
No.
Yeah.
What it was
2010.
Probably. It was we see people from the Andromeda galaxy, and yes, the Kelvin do show up. The Kelvins do show up in this series. And so we see people from the Andromeda galaxy. A starship gets stranded in the Andromeda galaxy. You got to check it out. It's an awesome series.
You know, now that I look back upon Star Trek 2009, and it was the initiation or the instigation of the Kelvin universe, do you feel like that's when the Kelvins finally invaded the Star Trek universe?
No.
Okay. They wrote it.
Yeah. See, the series is set right after the Dominion War. So you see a bunch of villains that you've heard on various Star Trek series, but never saw except here. Check it out. Yes, it's filth.
Raymond.
Yeah.
I was in Washington, D.C. once.
Mm-hmm.
And we did a city tour of all the historical locations.
Yeah.
We rode these sort of like machines. Do you remember what they were called?
Oh, the little carts, the little unicycle type carts. Yes.
Well, they had 2 wheels.
Yeah.
I think they were called Segways.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I have a question about airplane movies.
Sure.
I have 2 favorite airplane movies.
Okay.
My first one is a Cold War techno thriller from the early 80s, I think 84.
Oh, I think I know what you want.
Starring Clint Eastwood.
Oh, okay. Firefox.
Called Yes. Which one were you thinking?
I was thinking By Dawn's Early Light.
Oh heavens, I'm gonna have to write this down because I'm not familiar.
It's sort of like to me, it's a reboot of Doctor Strangelove with a girl in it.
And yet everybody dies at the end? Wait, everybody died at the end of Doctor Strangelove?
No.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, that's true. No, there's a female pilot in it. Rebecca De Mornay.
I love Rebecca De Mornay.
OMG. You got to check that movie out.
I wrote it down. I need a highlighter. Someone send me a highlighter.
Bandit, best animated dog ever. Okay, so we're talking Firefox. Yes.
So that like when I had to brainstorm and I knew I was going to be talking to a guy who likes airplanes. My other favorite airplane movie is oddly enough not Airplane. Second favorite, Memphis Belle.
I have not seen that
Oh my God, I know what I'm getting you for Christmas.
one. All
I
right.
will send you the digital code. Don't expect a physical disc.
I have not seen. I mean, I've
Oh man, do you
heard
like World War
about-
II B-17 bomber movies?
Oh, yeah.
Like it is
My
a
favorite-
romantic. It
my
is a
favorite-
romantic movie, and I don't mean that in terms of between a man and a woman. It is so romantic for the time.
Yeah, my favorite World War II B-52 or B-17 movie is 12 O'Clock High, and I love the series. The series
I've
was
never
out
seen
freaking.
it.
You've never seen the series?
I've never
Oh
seen
my-
the series. I've never seen the movie. I know Robert
need to.
Lansing was in the movie or in the series, and what was it?
Gregory Peck was in the
Gregory Peck.
Peck was in the movie. We actually, when I was in the Air Force and we were in NCO Academy, one of the movies we had to watch was 12 O'Clock High because it was a study in leadership, and it was like awesome movie, awesome. You got to check it out.
Let's see if it's here. No, all the numbered movies are in the front. I can't.
Marine Boy had a character based on Ernest Borgnine. That's true. That's true. Ah, okay. Hard hitting question. Ready for a hard hitting question? And remember, this will be you will be immortalized in the cookie list. Question from Pudgy Hedgehog Adventures. What is your favorite kind of cookie and what ice cream to go with it? Oh, I love where he adds these twists. What is your favorite cookie and what is the favorite ice cream to go on top of it? Hail, Pudgy Hedgehog.
I appreciate you making me think about it because I was going to go Oreo. And I was like cheating. That is not a cookie. I cannot make Oreos at home.
Mm-hmm.
I can make chocolate chip. I can make peanut butter. I can make oatmeal. I can make so many cookies at home. But an Oreo, that is a product. That is not a cookie.
Mm-hmm. In
my opinion.
Okay.
Just to make sure that you are not liable for anything I say against the Nabisco people. And so I would say that my favorite cookie is oatmeal. And if I want to get greedy, chocolate chip, oatmeal chocolate chip. Right. And what ice cream does it go with? Vanilla. I mix it with vanilla.
Okay.
So there you go. That's my cookie ice cream recipe. And if I'm allowed to take some chocolate sauce on top of that, I will.
Ooh, nom. Man, you're making me hungry.
I just like ice cream.
Oh, I love ice cream. Okay. Way to Eden. The episode that the word cringe was invented for.
No, dude. John Rendell. No, I like Way to Eden. Like, there is a certain level where you get in there and it's like, oh, everything is an essay on science fiction and this is amazing. And it's like, but also, and I do appreciate Star Trek for having done that, having educated me in science fiction. But when I do watch season 3, it's also part of the reason why I've sort of accepted schlock. I'm okay with it because I've seen something that I love be so good and also so bad.
Yeah.
So being bad isn't the worst, and being good isn't always the best.
True. All right. I'll know the poop. I wish I could do Marvin the Martian. I always wondered how the antimatter Lazarus could exist in the primary universe without causing the Earth shattering kaboom. That's the best I'm gonna get.
Where was the kaboom?
Yeah, where's my
Earth shattering kaboom?
Thank you, Scotty. Thank you.
It was piss poor.
Yeah, well, Better than mine.
And no, I think we're even.
Yeah. Okay. Right, this guy's in. Okay. I will tell you this. We are having a great time, guys.
I agree with this sentiment.
Write his whole name down. Hello, Jim's Landscape.
Jim.
LLC number 1, Commodore Products. That okay. And Jill says that's a great question. Yeah. Okay. There was no Illudium Q36 space modulators, so no earth-shattering kaboom.
Totally. Story checks out.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Now I've never written anything, but I fancy myself a writer. Okay. What advice would you give me?
Boy. Take your idea and just oh boy, this is. I think the best advice I've gotten was one from Doomcock that if you are a writer, you gotta hate what you're doing because that makes you get better. Yeah. I probably massacred the quote, but it took me 40 years and hundreds of rewrites till All's Fair got the form it did. I'd say patience. Patience is probably the best thing a writer can have. My biggest problem was I would write something. I started wanting to write a book, a novel, a science fiction novel. And it was like I was so incoherent. Each chapter was as if an episode. And, like this happened, this ended. Chapter 2, this happened, this ended. I'm like, no, this is not right. And then as I started, as my writing evolved, I'm not a plotter. I don't plot. I just let the characters in my head beat me about the head or shoulders till I come up with their story. Sort of like Ray Saley Kay. If you've seen any of her interviews with me, it's the same way. The characters, they're like rodents coming into the brain and saying, "Write me." So I'm not a plotter per se, but I'd say patience and just write.
And that's kind of what I was fishing for as I was waiting for as a writer who hasn't written anything, what would you tell me to do? I like the last statement.
Yeah, that's right. You may end up throwing it away, but at least you've got it down.
I'm 46 years old. I've thrown so many things away. Another story isn't new. Mm-hmm. Well, and as a person who has published books, do you find writing the story, do you find writing the ending beneficial? Or as you say, am I just being redundant in my question? Do you just let whenever you get bored with the characters, you just say, okay, guys, we'll hold on till next time? Because you've read a couple, or written a couple.
Well,
have you abandoned characters and then come back?
No, I've killed my hero.
You bastard.
That's the only spoiler you're getting, guys. Of in the entire trilogy. But no, it was strange. After my first book, the other two, well, the second one wrote itself. I mean, it just came out.
Do you have one of those birds that just?
Yeah. No,
Okay, good.
no. I wish.
I understand. I'm being flippant. I'm sorry.
It wrote itself. It came out. I couldn't do better. I couldn't do any better with it. The third one was tough because it was sort of like what I wanted to do to tie all the pieces of the first two books together. So that one was tough. It went through several rewrites too. So the goddess says, I personally prefer Star Trek Continues with Vic Mignogna as Captain Kirk. Yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah. It is the best of the YouTube fan fictions. No argument.
Oh, I don't.
Did you have you seen them?
Oh yeah.
You didn't like them?
Oh, I loved them. I loved them.
I don't know. There was something about. I don't know. There was something about miscasting in the Continues, like the production value, guest stars, but I don't know. There was something about it that just was like. And you know what
I like that they added some new characters like that. The gal Smith.
What's the name of that they had the redhead psychologist and they had, I want to say McKinley Brown or McKinley Kipling or something. I don't know. Anyway, there's like they added characters. You know what? Yes, out of all of the fan films, I would say that Star Trek Continues is the best. But it also kind of suffers the weight of Star Trek season 3. It's never as good as Star Trek season 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's just my humble opinion from a man who's created next to nil.
Memphis Bill is interesting, but it's not really happened to the real Memphis Bill. Well, suspensions of disbelief.
But I don't know. It's kind of like when, I understand that Captain America, like the MCU Captain America, didn't occur in World War II, but it's sort of evoking that feeling. Like in same way I feel about The Rocketeer. Like I'm not expecting it to be. I don't think that A Bridge Too Far is a documentary, no matter how incredible. Like that's not how it happened.
No, they took license.
Yeah. So
The Longest Day. I mean, that was magnificent, but
it was the same length. It was the same length as every other day, only 24 hours.
Yeah. Yep. Hello, Herc 130. How are you doing,
boy? So what are you looking forward to? What are you excited to in the near future?
What am I looking forward to in the near future?
Well, you've got to have hopes. It's part of our, it's part of the fun of existence is hoping and waiting for things. Anticipation.
Well, I'll tell you, this year has not been good. And I'm sure you've heard everything with.
Yeah, but I like things that you didn't like.
Yeah. I know.
It was fine for me.
I thought you would look. Okay, you're looking for what I see in pop culture to.
Well.
Or what
that's
you mean?
What I was. Yes. I didn't. Yeah. We've all had rough years, and it's kind of beneficial to look forward to the things that we're looking forward to. And whether it be pop culture or whether it be Christmas. Like, I don't know, the first frost. What makes you happy? And what are you looking forward to is my question. It doesn't have to be a song or a jingle.
Oh, gosh. That is tough.
Oh,
I'd like to
man.
learn. I'd like to learn the bass.
Slapping the bass.
Yeah. Oh, after my mother died, I felt I needed to do something to start feeling better. So I went with Sandra to her music lesson, and I had always I'm taking drum lessons. I'm sort of okay with the drums.
I can never get the kick drum. I never get my rhythm right.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out my style because I found that reading reading the script of the drum playing is kind of tough than just taking a little bit and watching somebody do it, like right next to me doing it. Like I am really fighting. I'm learning Enter Sandman. And even though I've shown improvement, I don't think I've got the speed. I'll never get the song speed.
At least you're not entering or learning hot for teacher.
No. So I decided I've wanted to try the bass. You know, I don't go for guitars or pianos. I decided I want to check out the bass. So I bought a bass guitar, and I'm trying to teach myself how to. I'm trying to teach myself the bass guitar.
Well, so I was talking to a friend of mine when I was about, I don't know how old, younger. Mm-hmm. And I said, I really want to learn the guitar, but I'm lazy. And they said, you know what you should do? Learn the bass.
Yeah.
And the only reason they said that is because less strings.
Yeah. It's pretty interesting to do it. Legatus says a good spell checker and editor. All right, Legatus, I know.
Do you mind if I excuse myself for just one moment?
Sure. I'll go through some of these. I'll go through these comments.
Delicious. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Herc, now we exist. Captain Finity, just right is solid advice. Yeah. Hey, I wish I thought of that, Captain Finity. But I wasn't. The 3 Ps: patience, plotting, and plagiarism. Just kidding. Imitation is the sincerest form of plagiarism. 46 years young. What is this old nonsense? And hello, Jim's Landscape LLC, #1 Commodore Productions. Yeah, I know, the drinking bird. Joe. I agree with you, Captain Finity. I agree. But there was a certain somebody here in the chat was starting to call me George R.R. Dolphin. Yep. I agree, Joe. I agree. GRM, aka no talent Tolkien wannabe hack, just wants to play with his model choo-choos. Oh, yes. We are doing a George R.R. bashing. I love it. Okay. Actually, I did a genuine spit take. We have a coffee spillage. We've got the official John Rendell keyboard protector. If they based the Memphis Belle movie on the real event, it would have been a boring movie. Its last one was a milk run. Of course, they didn't want it shot down after it's 25. Hello. Hello, Todd Michael Januszewski. Welcome. First time you've been here. I hope you're enjoying yourself. Todd. Please, if you're liking what we're doing here, hit the like button and definitely subscribe to this channel. We bring all these cool people here, Scotty, and we've had Jill. And some really cool people, interesting things. We've discussed airplanes, and I've got book releases coming up. So please, hello, Todd Michael Januszewski. Well, welcome. Glad you are here. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Welcome back. Welcome back, Scotty.
What did I miss?
Oh, just going over. We were doing some. Well, Todd Michael Januszewski is here.
Todd Michael is one of my favorite people.
All right. Yeah, this is his first time here. Or
He's a great guy. He's Polish, you know.
Okay. Januszewski. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been George R.R. Martin bashing.
Oh, see, I'm not much of a fantasy guy.
And
George R.R. Dolphin.
Yeah, that's when I was going through my fights with Blood Feud. And Herc says, J.R.R. Dolphin is kind of funny. Yeah.
That Finity does turn a phrase from time to time.
I am
no, I'm never
moments.
Like, are you a fantasy guy? Do you like Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones?
Not really.
Like, I'm more of a sci-fi guy. I'm more technologically inclined.
Yeah, that's me. I'm more sci-fi, more military thriller too.
Yeah. Oh, dude. How do you feel about Hunt for Red October?
Awesome.
Is it better than Star Trek VI: The Undiscovered Country?
Ooh.
Is that a tight race?
It's a tight race.
Okay. As long as I'm not offside.
No, you're fine. It's a tight race. I liked 6. I loved 6.
6 is good.
Yeah, 6 was good.
But Hunt for Red October, come on.
Is awesome.
It is not way better, but it's better.
Mm-hmm.
I would put them on a double bill. I would put them on a double bill in a theater if I owned a theater. Definitely.
All
right, good. Come on, we could have a sleepover.
Forget genre, Scotty. We were talking about actually writing. Something I need to be literally doing right now. All right.
Well, I am an exceptional writer because procrastination is my middle name.
Yeah. Now, I definitely knew that 3 was going to be it.
Well, like, what are some of your favorite stories?
What are my favorite stories?
Like, I like Ichabod Crane. I like Sleepy Hollow.
Mm-hmm.
I like the past haunting a hapless fool. And I'm not talking about the Johnny Depp one. I'm talking about the cartoon. I'm not even talking about the book.
Mm-hmm. Again, I'm more, because I'm kind of an amateur historian. I love World War II stuff, and I like reading history of World War II. There was there is an author, a military fiction author. He's called W.E.B. Griffin, who made a fantastic series about called The Corps. So it's about a bunch of Marines going through various the drama that these various Marines go through throughout World War II. And actually, there were 2 sequels in Korea.
Okay, so when you say the Corps, you mean
C-O-R-P-S, the Marine Corps.
the
Semper Fi.
CORPS.
Yes, C-O-R-P-S.
I thought you were talking about the one where they go into the middle of the earth.
No.
Oh.
Yeah. So, that's okay.
But those are crazy. Did you ever see the Reacher? Did you ever read the Reacher books?
No.
Lee Child, I think. And so they're pulp, Marine Corps, a man alone kind of thing with a code. The books, I dated a girl, she loved the books. She saw the Tom Cruise movies and but he's too little. He's too little to be Reacher. So Amazon Prime made Reacher with a giant guy, like a wrestler, which is exactly how he's described in the book. And I think that he's actually pretty good. Like when you hear about what adaptations are better than the book.
Yeah.
This guy, if I may just for one moment, there is one crime to humanity that was ever done in terms of entertainment.
What?
Have you ever heard of Inspector Gadget?
Of course.
The only man who was qualified to physically inhabit the role of Inspector Gadget was Bob Saget.
Huh?
Bob Saget was born to be Inspector Gadget.
But you're talking the live action movie.
Of course, yes. Don Adams did
the cartoon.
Absolutely. Yes. Don Adams, legendary, and Maurice LaMarche, I think, as well. I think. But I'm just saying, if you are doing a live action Inspector Gadget, it had to be Bob Saget. And unfortunately, they had to settle for Ferris Bueller. Anyway, I believe I'm getting silly, but I'm enjoying it. So if you'll indulge.
Okay. Snorty says, "Oh, W.E.B. Griffin. I was sad when he stopped doing the World War II Corps novels. Yes. Ken McCoy is my favorite character of all time."
Oh.
Yes, he was the if you can call a male a Mary Sue, it was him. He could speak. It was as if he could speak. All he's got to do is touch a book, and he can speak a foreign language. That's how this guy was. Yeah.
Cheers, Todd Michael.
Yes, take care, Todd Michael.
I'm not familiar.
Yeah, it's the Core, the book, The Core.
Oh,
okay. Oh boy, I would love. I mean, this is amazing, guys. This is amazing, Scotty. I would love to keep going, but unfortunately, I do have time constraints on this one. Oh,
we're here for a good time, not a long time.
Yeah. But I could see the pout. I could see the pout starting to emerge.
The pout.
Saying, I want to stay. I would love to, but unfortunately, work has to come. Work has to come too early in the morning. Guys, any more questions, comments?
Subscriptions, shares.
Subscriptions,
Have you rung
shares.
the bell?
Yes, have you rung the bell? Ding, 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 ding. Yes. We get to, for every subscription, you see Snoopy in the at your doorbell, at your door window.
Like I was so I was in a situation where a friend of mine said, do you want to talk about stuff that you enjoy talking about?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yes. And so I was invited and I had a great time. And I decided to keep doing that forever. I was just like, that's all I really want to do is talk about things that make me happy.
Yep.
Isn't that like your jam? Don't you enjoy that?
Yes. I do. Legata says, did you like the Sleepy Hollow's TV series 13 to 17 with Tom Mizzen?
I never saw it.
As Ichabod Crane?
Like I said, I only like the cartoon. I've never read the book, never saw the movie, not the TV show either.
Okay, here's one for you. Once Upon a Time, it was on ABC. Probably about the
last half of the 20th century.
No, it was. I'd say it was 5 years ago that it was a series. I don't remember how long it was. That one, I started out not liking it, but as it progressed,
I think that's the one LL is talking about. What are you talking about? Are you talking about like Enchanted? Are you talking about True Blood?
No, it was called Once Upon a Time. It was on ABC.
Oh, no, I do remember that. I'm sorry. I'm being purposefully obtuse. I lost the... Yeah. No, I remember that. It had the lady... Yeah, I know.
And the Wicked Queen was hot.
Well, they were... You know what? A lot of people on network television are very attractive.
Yeah. Okay.
But I did. No, I remember that. I remember that show. And I wanted to watch it, but at a certain point, like again, I'm not into fantasy. So I didn't care about the fairy tales.
Donate some car ears and bully sticks to the Feed the Snoop Fund. Do it. It's based in current day and is very much supernatural mystery thriller.
But I would recommend, like, if you haven't seen True Blood, you should watch that whole series.
Okay.
If you like vampires, werewolves, fairies, and demons, I would recommend it.
Okay.
Yeah, I can tell by your yawning that you won't.
Sorry.
No, don't apologize.
Like you, I am not.
I'm not its mom.
Like you, I am not a horror fantasy type person.
Yeah, but I do enjoy the supernatural. And I realized today, like, we're coming up on October. We're going to be doing some Halloween things. And so if there are those things that you wish to enjoy, please do. But yeah, no, I'm more technological myself.
Yep.
I am sitting firmly on the fence.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Were you trying to wrap up? Are we done?
I never wrap up. No, I
don't know what that means.
Wrap up? Or no, that's a song from the Fabulous Thunderbirds. Wrap it up. I'll take it. Wrap it up. I'll take it. I love that song.
I enjoyed as well.
Yes. If Sandra were here, she would probably say, "Don't quit your day job." horror. Have you read the series Ravenloft?
I have not.
John says October. Jack Skellington versus Pumpkin Spice. Okay.
Oh no, pumpkin spice.
Mm.
I take pumpkin spice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming that's Jerry Halliwell.
Ah. Yeah.
Who is your favorite Spice Girl?
None.
There aren't 9 of them.
No, I said none. I don't like the Spice Girls.
Oh, I do. I'm a fan. And
Hello,
Jerry Halliwell.
Dalek 451.
Dalek.
How are you? Ooh. I have a 2-hour drive to interview a museum owner for my car channel tomorrow morning. Oh, wow. That is a long drive. Hello. Yes. Hello. He says, hello. Hi, Raymond. Hi, Scotty. Hi, chat. Hello, the Dalek one.
Hello.
Yes. All right. Scotty, this was amazing. You were
Thank you.
the most gracious guest. You put up with me, and I enjoyed your amazing conversations and takes. As I said earlier, I'm not big on the streams. I'm not big into discussing a lot of pop culture because everybody does it. Everybody with a microphone does this. So, but I like to talk to people who build channels about whatever. So it's a pleasure being with you here.
Well, and thank you so much for having me, man. Like, it's so good to hang out with friends who want to talk about things that I want to talk about.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. Are you ready to be disturbed?
I am.
All right. It's that time, guys.
It's time for show notes. It's time for show notes. It's time for show notes. With Mr. Raymond and Sandra too. It's time for show notes.
Done. I will never look at Showgirls the same way ever again.
I've never seen it. I really want to.
Yeah. It.
Is there nudity? Great.
You will never see Elizabeth Berkley in the same light.
You will never see a more vile hive of scum
and villainy. Yeah.
Nudity.
Legata says, as a writer, remember to use the correct tense. It is 46 years young, not none of this 46-year-old nonsense.
This is why I like talking. I don't have to worry about my tenses. Everyone assumes I'm wrong.
Snort says, take care of every human, dolphin, doggo, Dalek, ferret, eagle, hedgehog, and moose.
Mecca lecca hi, mecca chani ho.
Yeah. Is there nudity in Showgirls? Does a hobby horse have a wooden head?
I'll pick it up. It'll be like $2 at the pawn shop. It'll be great.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Now, Jill hasn't seen it, but enjoys Lindsay Ellis's 2-part review. They actually reviewed that.
Lindsay Ellis did a really good deep dive into Showgirls. I've seen that review myself, yes, but I've never seen the movie.
I saw that a long time ago. And
also, God rest Pee-wee.
Yep. All right. So, show notes.
Yes.
Okay. Kind of lame because I'm still trying to build an October schedule. So we're snort. Deep dive into Showgirls sounds wrong. Yeah. All right. So right now, we're going to next week. I'm going to review a Star Trek comic. Yeah, I have done a review of the autobiography of James T. Kirk. If you haven't read the book, read it. If you haven't seen the review, Jill and I actually collaborated on this. It's a pretty good book, but this time I'm going to actually review it. Okay, it's got to be here. Oh, come on. Where are you?
Over there.
No, it's the stupid.
No, it's over there.
I'm trying to.
You didn't look there. You got to go over there.
Okay. Over there.
Over there.
Okay, there it is.
It's always green.
Okay, so I'm going to review the Star Trek Gothic novel, or graphic novel, not Gothic.
I was going to say Gothic novel.
Yeah.
What the hell happened? Christopher Lee
Honor.
is Mr. Spock. I've seen this. I know what this is.
Star Trek Debt of Honor, written by Chris Claremont. And it is, I think, well, I'm not going to spoil the review, but this is a really great Star Trek graphic novel. And I'll be reviewing that next week. Huh?
There's like 5 years of my youth when I went to a bookstore and this hardcover graphic novel was on the shelf every time. I have read this book like 3 times while I was loitering in a bookstore.
Well, I have this. I actually have it buried in my comic book collection, but I don't feel like digging it out, so I got it on Kindle.
Nice.
And so
lazy,
here it is.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
whatever. Don't worry about it.
My house is maximum load. The maximum useful load of my house has been overwhelmed, so I have to make adjustments. But one of the things what I am calling this is the unofficial sequel to Star Trek 4. And you'll find out why next week.
Can't wait.
Yes. So it's a great book, and we'll be going over it next week. So I look forward to reviewing it. I'm trying to do some new and different things, so might as well trying to do a review. Next Saturday, we will have Just Cuz on the usual Saturday, the usual chaos with the usual gang. Maybe a pod race. I like the most recent one he did, Podzilla. So overwhelmed. Raymond has to make an extension for the kiddie table room. I'm not telling, Jill. I'm not telling. This is a spoiler-free show note.
Well, and also in Star Trek 4, Jillian is spelled with a G. No, she's right. She's right.
Yeah, that is correct. On October 4th, Christina Hoffman will be coming in and talking about her book release. I love doing book releases with people. It's always so fun to have other authors come on here and say, "Hey, I've got a new book. This is what it's about. This is what King Dolphin TV is all about: bringing creators out here and having them show off what they can do." And Christina Hoffman is an outstanding artist. I've had her on before. Her work is amazing. And it's going to be great to have Christina Hoffman on at the debut of her new book. It's so secret. No, that they don't. And October the 7th, I will be on an away mission, so we will be having a Sunday just cause. So we'll bring out the monster truck and run down pod race, running down the pod race on Sunday. So that is show notes.
This segment is brought to you by TheDolphinWars.com. It's time for show notes. It's time for show notes. It's time for show notes. With Mr. Raymond and Sandra too. It's time for show notes. Dun.
Don't forget, everybody, 8 o'clock is Pop Culture Breakdown. So if you go to Pop Culture Breakdown, please mention that you're doing a pod raid. Please mention pod raid when you go in there. And now let us thank everybody who has been here for this amazing show. We had Amaray.
Count to 4.
Yep. Amaray. I keep wanting to say Amaro. Okay. Am I the only one who knows about Gundam?
I'm not a Gundam guy.
Oh, you're not a Gundam guy. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Like when it comes to my anime, I'm Akira and Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, I love Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop.
But and Ranma 1/2. I love the ridiculousness of Ranma 1/2. I accept, what is it, G-Force, which is what was that adapted from?
Gotcha Man or something like that.
Was it Gotcha Man? I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't. Yeah. Anime, I'm deficient on my anime, so I'm willing to take shame.
Oh, my favorite I like Gundam, Dragon Ball Z. Lupin the Third. Oh my God.
I've heard so much about Lupin the Third. I really should watch it.
Yes, you should.
It seems like my style.
Yeah. I saw Death Note years ago, and Cowboy Bebop as a classic. I agree totally.
I don't care about
I don't know Death Note. Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop, Lupin, like totally I should check out Lupin.
Yes, you should.
The Third.
Yes, Lupin the Third. Okay. I wish they had some good. I wish there was a way you could get them, but can't get them on YouTube, and I don't think Crunchyroll's got it. So anybody who can help us get Lupin, let me know. All right. So
hello, Jillian, anti-derivative Jill. Hello. Would you like to watch Lupin the Third? I think that was subtle. Was that subtle?
Yeah, that's subtle. Captain Infinity. Yeah. Well, let's see. Peter Ryder, Captain Infinity. Thank you for being here.
Is that one of those things, like, do you want to watch the movie or do you want to watch like a couple of episodes of Lupin, or are you going to make somebody like be committed to the entire show?
I don't know. There's been so many versions of it.
But what is your top? I've never seen Lupin. I want to see 2 hours of it. That's the most I want to see of it.
Oh, you want to see 2
and
hours.
Then if I'm into it, I'm in. But like if I decide to tap out, are you going to be upset? Like
No.
Right. So where do you go with Lupin?
I would start with the Alcatraz connection.
That sounds like a place to start.
The only version I've seen was in Italian. Now, fortunately, I can understand some Italian, but you
Do you have
really don't need.
subtitles? Subtitles?
I haven't seen that. Not on YouTube. It, like I said, on YouTube, it is so freaking difficult to get Lupins. Oh, cool. You can laugh.
But I
You can
live on
watch
Earth.
Lupin. You can watch. Yeah, you can watch Lupin the Third on Pluto. Jill doesn't like anime. She's like Sandra. Sandra detests anime.
Anti-derivative Jill in the chat says, I don't know. I got distasted when y'all started talking about anime. If you want to discuss anime, Dalek is your guy. Well, but I'm not an anime guy. Like I'm not trying to push anybody's.
Yeah.
Like I appreciate the art forms and I like the storytelling. I'm not trying to push people away. I'm just saying, like, Lupin the Third is, I know that is something that I will like.
Yeah.
Despite the artistic presentation, the story itself sounds pretty bitchin'. It's like, what is it? OSS 113? Like those French movies that are James Bond ripoffs from the 90s.
Yeah.
And it's like, they just look fun. I enjoy Scott Pilgrim versus the World. So much so that it is a movie that is made for people who like video games to watch a movie. And I like movies. So I watched the movie and then I bought the video game because I was like, I just want to play this video game. Like, this is, I don't know, joy, happiness, however you find it. I want you to do so.
Yep. Okay, we had Cobalt Bald Eagle. Thank you, Cobalt. We had Herc 130. Thank you for being here. Jim Landscape. That's all I typed because you have a big name. But yeah, I'll put you on Stream Elements. I just I'll have to get it later on. Also, Scotty, put your channel in the private chat so I can put it out there.
I refuse.
Okay, fine. Fine. Matt G, the amazing Matt G. Hello, and thank you for being here. We had Sean Carter. Hello, Sean Carter. And Taylor Swift, greater than Disney.
Sean Carter is the sci-fi model guy.
Yes, he is, and I had him on last week.
Check that out.
Yep, check that out. Great stuff. Todd Michael Januszewski, and I screwed that up. And that was
he's Polish.
Yeah, and as always, Dalek says, as always, I'm surrounded by anime snubs. I am not an anime snub, but I know what anime I like.
I'm an anime scrub.
There's your channel. We put it up there. Deal with it. And subscribe to the Phantasmagorium. See, I got you out there. All right.
All these things.
Yeah. And then my amazing chat, my amazing wrench team, Anti-Derivative Jill, who is putting the links out there. Let's see. There's his.
She is a what do you call it when she is a credit to her uniform. Yep.
Yes. Amazing. The amazing Anti-Derivative Jill. Check her channel out. We've been putting it out there. I know. We've got Dalek 451. Check out his channel.
You should. He likes wizards.
We had the awesome, the amazing, the evil genius, Fet for Hire.
Bet doesn't need our promotion. I think he's really successful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he does. We're glad. I'm glad that he's part of the pod. John Rendell, Fez, thank you for being here.
John Rendell, also very
yes. Yeah, we know. We know you were kidding. And there's Dolphin. He likes wizards. I like wizards. John Randall was here. Thank you. The first one in, the last one out. Legatus Legion I. The amazing Pudgy Hedgehog. Go check out his channel, Pudgy Hedgehog Adventures.
I was so happy he told me to subscribe to his channel, and so yeah, no, I got Pudgy. Pudgy.
You got Pudgy. All right. Yes, Pudgy, and I think he's got some other stories that are coming up. And of course, he is our hard-hitting cookie reporter. So you better, if you're on my stream, you better have your A game coming when you got your cookies. And of course,
wait, did he approve? Did Pudgy they approve of my my oatmeal chocolate chip and vanilla ice cream?
I'm sure they did. I'm sure they did. All right, and then lastly, but definitely not leastly, the hardest working bear on the internet and the universe and anywhere else that will avoid him. Snort up a bus. But calm. Man, great show. Great show, Scotty. You're all right. I won't eat you today.
Oh, I thought that was gonna be the promise.
All right. Scotty, this was a great show. I love doing it. You are a great guest, and we will definitely have you back on.
Looking forward.
Yes, and we're looking forward to having you again. And snort poopuses. Okay, so everybody, we will see you next this coming Saturday, and please be safe. Excuse me. Be safe. Be careful out there, and take care. And let's continue to make some waves. Love you guys. Take care.
Thanks.
This segment is brought to you by the DolphinBoys.com.